Okay, is there anything specific anybody wants to talk about? Do we need to go over compensation? Do we need to go over marketing? Do we need to go over, what do we need to go over?
Well, I have a question. I
Sure.
needed to reload my resonance on one of my devices, and it keeps asking for my username and password. Well, my username, I didn't put in, it was put in for me, and it's two words. And but then when I try to set up my resonance again, it asks for my email, and then I put my password in and they don't match. It says they don't match. So, but my username, it won't let me have, it doesn't
Yeah.
give me an option.
So the resonance, when you're getting into your resonance, it will always ask for the email associated with your Healy account and the password associated with getting into your back office.
Which is what I use. I mean, I
Okay.
put both of them in and it says they don't match.
You might need to reset your password because that has worked with people and they're really quick about doing that now.
Okay.
So you might need to have them resend your password and then try that.
Okay. And then that will apply to all my devices.
No, well, it'll change your password for your back office. So yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I'm with
if you had a different resonance somewhere else on a different apparatus or different device, then yes, when you got into it, it would be the email and that new password
Okay.
to get in. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank
that's strange though, but you're sure. So I'm sure you're certain it's the email associated with your Healy account and the
Correct.
password to get in.
Correct, because I've never changed them, and I've never changed them, so that's why I didn't know.
Yeah, things have been a little glitchy just in general. Yeah, there's just been some odd things happening, and I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't be able to be on the call. If there was anybody on the call today that has some great news to share, I would love to hear it. But I was unable to be on the corporate call today. I know they're only having them be kind of a half an hour long now, which is nice. They kind of get all their business done and it's not so much rah-rah, which I'm okay with because I'm not huge into the rah-rah. I just want the facts and the figures and let's get going. So that's nice that they're doing that. But if anybody was on that call and has something to share, I would love to hear it. I wasn't able to look at any notes. Okay. I don't know what to tell you about the glitch though, Pamela. I know that in a couple of the Telegram groups, they've been talking about it. So I think all we can do is just hope that they get it straightened out. And I will be anxious to hear from Tommy about, I think it was Tommy, about the weird P Butea or whatever that name was. And yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I would like to think that nobody's hacking, but we know that there's always those wonderful people out there that believe that they need to do things like that. Mischievous individuals that need to do that. So, okay, well, what can we cover today that would be the most helpful? Would it be finishing up here? Would it be looking at, creating a sale in the back office and going through that? Would it be more back office training? Would it be going through ATP 1, 2, 3 and finding things? What would be the most help for people tonight?
I wouldn't mind ATP 1, 2, 3, but I don't know about everybody else.
Okay, is that an okay to do that?
Can we find out about loading a master key?
Loading a master key. Yeah, let me show you where Gwen and I will be doing that in a couple of weeks. We'll be going from front to back on that, but let me share my screen. Right, so ATP 1, 2, 3. So hopefully, share, I'll do that one. Okay, hopefully you guys can see the ATP 1, 2, 3 site. And we can do a little bit more on this too, but for right now, with Christina asking a specific question, let's go to device and blue dot. So that's where you'd want to go to find the resonance because it's the blue dot app. And then when you scroll down, here is where you find, it's the PDF to the manual that's in your back office. And we can go search for that if somebody wants to find that. I know that we probably have some new people here and there. Here is the setup part, Christina. If you want to go to the device and then scroll down a little bit, set up resonance. Here are some photos. This is where you find your Blue app, is either in your app store if you have an iPhone, and if you have an Android, your Google Play. Sometimes the icons look a little bit different depending on your phone. And then once you turn on your Healy and open up the Blue app, making sure that your pink dot app is completely swiped closed, then it'll ask you, this will be the series of display. Here is that one that Pamela was just talking about where it says your email is associated with your Healy account.
Okay.
And then the password that goes into your back office. So you would think that it would be your username and password, but they want your email that's associated with the account. And then this is interesting. I put tap the three buttons to agree, because it looks like they should swipe. And a lot of people are like, I can't get past this page, but literally you just tap on the buttons and they move. And I guess we follow directions better than people think we do, because that looks like a swipe to me. So, but if you just tap them, they will turn blue, and then this login button will then activate so that you can press it. Then it will go into the syncing and uploading the master key and synchronizing. So also, let me come back down here, go back to the blue dot. And then here are the videos that you can go to, Christina. They're fairly short. These are the ones I think originally from Mr. Frequency. These might be from the company. In fact, let me just go to one. Let me just make sure that they're all good here. I'm going to turn the volume on this down. Yeah, so let me go forward here. He's literally showing you how to search for the app so that you can get it on your phone. So here's that. And he's talking in that really nice accent. So if you go here to I have a Healy instead of I'm interested in Healy, this will take you to the company website where you can purchase. So you have a Healy already. You go ahead and log in.
Is it the same procedure for a Healy Health Holistic that I bought, or no?
The Healy Holistic Health will not use the Blue Dot app. The Blue Dot app is only used for the resonance.
Right, but can you get a master key? Don't you have to have a master key for the pink too?
No, nope. Pink Dot app does not require a master key.
Okay, and then if I bought one extra and I don't plan on activating it, that could just sit for a while, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, my free resonance, I haven't ever activated the master key or tried to download it to a phone, because everybody I hand that out to, it goes out as the pink dot. I never do it as a resonance. Here's that next one, save the master key. So again, it's this.
You can change if you have a resonance and just to activate the pink when you loan it up.
Every Healy will have the pink dot across the board. The resonance also has the blue app attached to it that you can use both of them.
I see.
Yeah, every Healy will use the pink dot to access all of the programs to run the cables.
Okay, but you don't need the master key for that.
Don't need the master key for the pink dot ever. Nope. So here's the saving of the master key. I mean, he's talking through this, so he doesn't show here, which is frustrating to me. He doesn't go on to show what your screen looks like when you click save the master key. Then all of a sudden it'll go back to your home screen on your phone, that you can then choose either to save it to an email, which I recommend emailing it to at least 2 different emails, yours and someone else's that you trust, or yours and yours. If you have 2 different servers is great. If you have like Comcast.net and Google, or Gmail, or Gmail and Yahoo, or if you have, a company email address. So you've got 2 different servers that you're sending it to. And then I always advocate at that time, saving it to an internal notes So with iPhone, I think it's Notes, and in Samsung, it's Samsung Notes. Does anybody have an iPhone here? And what is it? I don't think it's Notes. What is the internal? It's not Clipboard. Does anybody have an iPhone that they could share?
Yeah, it's Notes.
Notes. Okay. And so with Samsung, it's Samsung Notes too, for an Android. And you just go put it in there, or you could literally just download it and save it in your downloads. You can find it in your downloads. When you see it though, then you can you can put your cursor in there and you can put Healy, because it'll say master key, but it's really nice if you put Healy master key in front of it. Or if you're saving a master key like I am, I have my 2 kids' master keys, Stephen's and mine, on my same in my same computer. So I have them saved as Maria's master key, Stephen's master key, Kayla's and Garrett's master key. That way, if they ever need me to send them their master key because they've either changed their phone, they've lost their phone, I can always re-email their master key to them so that they can use their Healy. Because that's what good moms do, right? We save everybody's stuff.
The holistic health that I bought, that doesn't have a skin program or anything?
That has the skin, but not the beauty.
Oh, not the beauty for rejuvenation or for acne?
So here, let's go to that really quick. If we go to your first steps and we go to purchase and Healy editions, and then we scroll down. So this is the program list. I'm working on changing this because there's a couple of errors in here and I want to add the times. But if you look at the key, Gold, Holistic Health Plus, and Resonance. Okay, so each one will show you where they're at, but I want to divide this out because like on Job and Sleep, the Holistic Health, and it says plus on it, which it shouldn't, the Holistic Health only has the sleep portions, which is sleep system, bed rest, balance sleep, and fine flow. The rest of these are Job. And there should be a nice dividing line here. So I'm working on changing this so it's a lot more. I like this format. It's just, but I also want to put in the times. I want to put what each one will be. So on the Holistic Health, you get the sleep portion of the Job. So when you click open in your pink dot, you click open that, the bottom half is what you have. You don't have the Job part. You only have the sleep, and it's sleep system, bed rest, balance sleep, and fine flow. Same thing on the beauty and skin. You have support wounds local and down on a Holistic Health. You get on a Holistic Health Plus or a Resonance, you get also.
It does cover scars then.
Yeah, and what's interesting is I just had this, let's see, where did I have this last night? Because we showed this. Do I still have it up? I still have it up. Let's go here really quick since we're talking about this. Okay, so let me share my screen to here. Okay, so the left side is all of the original I don't know, the first of the year. I'm not sure exactly when they changed the wording, but if you look here at support wound systems, now is support skin system, and acne system is now skin impurity system. So
wow.
and then support wounds local is now support skin local. So it would be nice if you want to take a screenshot of this. I also just found these literally last night while we were on the call, someone asked. And so I just, Gwen was, had her screen up. So I just went on Google and I'm like, just searching Skin Beauty Healy and looked at all the images and then just did my little snippet so that I could put these up here to show what it was and what it is now. So,
Maria, if a person doesn't have acne, but they have skin rashes and sores and things like that, would you do the skin impurity?
I think I would still do acne because I know that there's probably bacteria Hertz frequencies in there. And anytime you scratch the skin, you're going to have staph. It's just going to happen. You know, anytime you get a scratch on your skin or a sliver or something, the red around that is inflammation and bacteria and typically staph. So a lot of times that's what's going on with acne too. So yes, I think I would still use the acne system or the skin impurity system. But
Well, I
then,
thought the skin impurity and acne was, the skin impurity was the new name for the acne.
it is, yeah.
So
That's
in
what I
other
mean. That's
words-
what I mean. Yeah, because yeah, whether you're viewing it as acne or as skin impurity, I think that I would use that because of that factor. It probably has bacterial type of Hertz frequencies in there that would be really assisting. Or if you felt like it was more helpful, you could do the system, support skin system, and then run bacteria from the bioenergetics.
Okay. And when you're running the, I understand energy meridians, so but the bioenergetic balance, that is like for organ and gland and body system function, whereas the organs and glands that show up in the meridian programs are more for the energy meridian flowing through and that in those organs and glands and systems.
Yep. 100% accurate. That's exactly how I view it too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did this last night. So does everybody have a copy of this that they need? And then
Is that
this,
the only place you can get it?
well, I don't have it in the back office yet. You know, I just got this from Google. I went onto Google and clicked on put in the search beauty, skin, Healy, and then clicked on images. And there's just tons of images. And I just tried to find the old one and the new one so that I could put them side by side so people could see the difference in the verbiage.
So the kind I got won't deal with aging for her if she wanted to get it.
Correct. She'd have to purchase the beauty in the as a separate app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna do that.
Okay. So then let me click out of this and I'm going to go back to.
I was just gonna say, Maria, sometimes when people are referring to the things that they find in the Meridians program, we have to remember that it's the meridian flows. It's not a specific part of the body. And I think sometimes we lose sight of that because, yeah.
Yeah. In my work, a lot of times if somebody comes in and they have issues in one part of their body, I start thinking, okay, what meridian is tied to that area, the outside of their leg or across their knee or, you know, sciatica area or whatever. I'm always thinking, okay, what meridian might be shut off? And then based on that, what organ can we support so that those energy flows can be reestablished again? So yeah, it's not just the organ we're here in bio and this is reversed. That's one thing I have to change is this is actually bioenergetic 1 and this is bioenergetic 2. So I'm flipping them. But you're right. I mean, even though it says energetic balancing, it is a balancing, but it is more for the organ systems, glands, and tissues themselves, getting them to heal. And then the meridians are all about the energetic flow through the system. You know, it's interesting when we had our holistic health first, and then we got my resonance. I always say got my resonance because we had Steve's ordered under the business center. He doesn't like that very much, but that's okay. So when I got my free resonance or my resonance in, I did the scanning, started the scanning, and it showed up heart meridian probably for the first 3 days. And what was interesting is I just don't think that I would have ever, even muscle testing all of them. I don't know that I would have gone through the entire list of the program list of Healy, muscle testing each category, and then drilling down to muscle test what in that category was needed. I wasn't having any heart or chest pains or anxiety that way. I wasn't having low energy, but heart meridian showed as number 1 for the first 3 days in a row that I got the resonance and started testing, which was a eye-opening experience for me because obviously I would have missed that. And the heart meridian, heart energy flow system is very important. Then the next 3 or 4 days after that, small intestines and bacteria showed up flip-flopped, whether it would be, you know, first and second and third, somewhere in there. They were in the top 5 each day for about the next 3 or 4 days. And so I kept thinking, okay, is that parasites? What's going on there? So I think anybody that has anybody that doesn't have a resonance is really missing out on finding those key areas that might have a lot of importance that are not being addressed. That was one of the things that my mom was, when she finally decided she wanted to get the resonance and upgrade to it, that was one of the things she said is, I just don't want to be missing anything. So that was kind of cool when we got that. Sorry, I went off on a little rabbit trail there. But yes, definitely. This is more the actual organ system and gland, and this is the flow. And then the holistic health doesn't include the chakras or the protection programs. The bioenergetic support is on everything though. So I'll need to go in and change that here, and the deep cycle. And then once they get the coherence, I'll put that in here too.
Oh, it explains what each of the deep cycle is.
Yeah. And then going back, so let's go, I try to make everything open in a new window. So that was the program list. Then if you go down here to the enhanced program, this is all of them in, typed out, but it is 21 pages. So if you were going to print this, you'd want to, I don't know if you can see if I do the print thing, but if you want to print it, you would find out, like up here in the corner, it's showing me that this is page 5. If I just wanted to print this off for somebody, then I would just print just page 5, because printing out all 21 pages is a lot. So anyway, but this is really nice because it does have all the minutes.
No way of
What's that?
ordering any? Is there any way of ordering these pages through the business?
You can just go in here and download them.
Where do you get those? I mean, that's different from whenever I click the open PDF and email me a copy when it's running. This looks a lot different than that. I like this one very well.
This
Yeah.
one, I'm not sure exactly who in our downline put this together, but I found it fairly early on and threw it in here. So what you could do is when you're in here, let me just do this. I'm going to share my screen. That way you can see. So when I right click on here, do you see my little insert come up where I can hit print or save?
Yeah.
Are you seeing that? So if I hit save, then I can decide where I want to save it to. So there's my Healy. I'd figure out programs. That's where I want to save it to. I could relist it here as something different and then save it. Then it would be on my computer.
But how can we get it on ours?
That's how you'd get it on your computer. Because right now this is embedded in the website.
But
So I'll just go through that again. Okay, so up here, so when you open it, it's going to look just like this when you open it, right? Because I'm coming in as an outsider from the website. This isn't me coming, from the back office part. This is an outsider coming to the website, and then you see up along here where it says save. So just click on that, or you can right click and there's that save button. But you could go up here and click save, and then it's going to bring up everywhere in your computer that you might save it. I have a Healy file, so I would click on Healy, and I would want to save.
Find it. Where did you find it on the website?
Okay, so that was your first steps: Healy purchase and Healy additions.
And which one did you
click on what?
Okay,
Purchase.
so then when I go down, it's the enhanced program list.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is the program description from the back office, and this is the Healy program manual. This is the program list, this color. So this PDF is the enhanced program list. So when I click on that, comes to that. Then I would click the save button, decide where I wanted to put it. What I could put it, I could find a document in here. That's where that's at, or I could put it on my desktop. If I had a Healy thing there, I do have a Healy website there, kind of Healy everywhere. But if I have, if I put it in my documents right here, I would click on that. And then I could keep this the exact same name, or I could change it. I could say Healy programs detailed.
So could you go with this, like make it into a file of some sort and get
That's what I'm doing right now for you. That's what I'm showing you right now.
and print it at a FedEx so you don't
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing right now for you. That's what I'm showing you. So let's do that again so you can see it from the beginning. I'm going to come over here once this is open. I'm going to click on the save.
Wait, I gotta get another pen.
So I'm new, Maria. My name's
Casey.
Hi. It sounds like y'all are from Colorado. Is that so?
Not everybody, but there are a couple of us here.
Okay.
Where are you sitting tonight?
I'm in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, very cool.
But I lived in Boulder County and I lived up in Fort Collins for a while.
Okay.
But-
I'm in
okay.
Greeley. So you know where that's at.
Okay. I absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old stomping
So-
ground.
Yeah. So I can't see your link there so well. So are you at like Healy.com or how did you get to where you are? That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so this is a website that Chris and I put together very early on because Germany didn't have this for us and they didn't really know what we needed. And in the very beginning, we were getting all of our information from tons of different sources, but they were never really congealed. And it's hard to put everything on a Facebook page and it's hard to put everything on a Telegram. So one day, Chris and I were talking about putting a website together to just help our people, help our downline. And ATP 123 came up because I had just spent some time with my 3-year-old grandson and ABC 123 was in my head. So ATP 123, if you ever want to know what ATP is, it's the energy of the cell, but you click here and it'll take you to a video. So you can actually watch what ATP is. I mean, it's really
Okay.
cute, actually. There's a,
So ATP123.com?
uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, now I gotta get rid of this or else it won't let me. I can't close this out. Okay, let me come back here. Actually, let me make sure that this one, I have the sound off. I do. Okay. All right. So anyway, ATP123.com, and this is
Okay.
the home page.
Okay.
Okay. And then how I got to that, and then since you're new, we'll go through a little bit more so you can better access this because there is a lot of information here and it can be a little daunting, is you
Okay.
just click on your first steps.
Okay.
And then here is where we found all of the Healy stuff. It's purchase Healy editions.
Okay.
Let's go back to that home page for a minute. And also, if you scroll down here, your first steps, you'll see purchase Healy editions.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
so it'll take you there. Tells you what the gold is, what's in it, how much it is. Tells you all the other ones, what's in them, the price when they're not on sale.
Okay.
That's going to be changing, but we don't know when. And then here's the programs. So those are all the ones that we just opened. So we had the program list, that's the colored one. The video description. Okay, you guys got to watch this because some of you may have been there in the beginning with Max. I don't know if you remember nice looking Max with a nice accent, but this is a really good, let me just make sure this link still works to where he's at. Yeah, so there's Max.
Oh.
And with his cup of coffee, he explains all the Healy programs to you and makes you want to purchase. So, because
How
he's
about
just
the guy that's walking on the beach and
that's him. That's him.
That's
Max.
That's the same guy.
That's
Okay.
Max. Yep.
Wow, but on the beach, that was whew.
There is a reason why more women own Heelys. No, I'm just teasing. Okay. But that's probably true. Anyway, but that's his video. And he does a great job of going through all of them. I can't remember. I didn't look at it to see how many minutes is that. It's an 18-minute program of Max. And he describes everything really well. And that's why I put it here because Gwen and I have gone over the product descriptions, but he just does a great job. So we've kept that up. And then here is the program description from the back office.
Okay.
Let's just take a look at that one. So there's that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now this is the new one from the back office, but they forgot to put pain in here.
Oh.
So there is no pain here. And then this is the advanced or enhanced program list that we just were looking at. Christina, I'll come back to this and show you how to get it on your computer. And then here is the Healy manual from the back office.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay, so that's here too. You can also find it in your back office. This is also 26 pages.
Mhm.
So some people print
Does
this
that
out in
manual-
color.
Does that
What's that?
manual give you any instructions for like treatment, or is it just mostly operational?
Not really. It just kind of like this. It shows you what it is and the timing, what each one is. It gives a little bit more explanation, but it certainly isn't, since it's the manual in the back office especially, it's not going to give you any guidelines on how to use it and what to use it for.
Okay.
So you're,
So,
yeah.
and Maria,
Mhm.
just for people that are on the iPhone, you could right click any of these files and have them upload to your books. And then you can read them on your phone or on your iPad or any of your iPhone type, any of your Apple devices.
I
just so you
like that.
have it.
Okay, so tell me
Yeah.
that again. You're
So I
on
think if you-
you're on your iPhone and you just touch on the document?
I think if you right click on that, like you could do your print, you can also upload it. Could you just try
Okay.
that real quick and just do a right click on it for me? Oh, I can't read those, but is there one
So
that kind of
read aloud, cast media to device. That might,
does it have one that says like open in?
does not,
Hmm,
or open with, it does not.
open with, okay. So what you could do then is when you show everybody how to save it, after you saved it, you definitely can do an upload and then you could get it to your books.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So
And I don't
I've
have
done that
I
with
don't know
a-
that I don't think I can do that on my Android, but I have a very inexpensive Android, so we'll have to.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a country girl. No, I don't have all the newfangled jangled stuff. Okay, so that's the manual. Let's go back really quick because Christina wanted to see this, is going to the enhanced program list. Okay. And so then Christina, you're going to come up here to the save right next to the print button. And you're going to click on that. And then you're going to decide where you want to save it on your computer. So this looks confusing because it's my computer. So when yours comes up, it's going to show your files. So what I'm going to do to make it easy is I'm just going to go to my documents over here on the left side. And then I have Healy. I have a Healy folder already. If you didn't have one, you could create a new one. You could click that and now there's a folder there. And you could put Healy in there. But I already have one. So I'm just going to click this one, but then also down here, you could keep it the same heading that it is, full Healy program listing, or you can just click on it and then put whatever you want in there. Healy detailed program list. And then make sure that you've got the file highlighted and then open and then save. Okay. So now
You would bring your computer to a FedEx and say, here's this.
well,
program."
you can email stuff. You can put stuff on a zip drive.
Well, I see, I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah, so you could find out, if there's a way that you can email and then you would just attach in an email, you would just attach that folder. You just have to know where you put it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And you can Google that, literally. I mean, my husband was having a hard time putting my new windshield wipers on my car, and he came in and he said, I got to Google it. And literally, you can Google anything. I think what we need to realize is we have this amazing resource that we don't think about using it for that. But you could literally Google right now how to attach a file from my computer to an email on a PC or a Mac, and you will be able to find YouTube videos on how to do it. People love to do this kind of stuff. They put all kinds of training videos together. And if you can't figure it out in the first one, find another video. I have learned so many different things on just Google it and find out how to do it. So Google is your friend. That's what Chris and I say. Google is your friend. Okay, so Casey, for you, let's go back. That's a good one for me because I need to make sure that that goes to a new tab instead of the old one. So let's go back to the home and let's look at this again. So right now, okay, so
Maria, I have a question. This is Linda, and I
Linda.
apologize because I couldn't jump on until late. So if
Oh,
you've
you're
already
fine.
covered this, I apologize. In the new manual,
Mhm.
Unless it's is the pain program eliminated? I couldn't find.
They forgot it.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they forgot it.
Okay.
Because I was going to have somebody, I have somebody who will take that PDF and turn that whole program list. Well, let me just go to it so you know what I'm talking about. Going back to the Healy editions, I'm going to go to here, the product description from the back office, that one. This one, I have somebody who has taken all of this text and turned it into black instead of gray.
Okay.
because on an 8.5 by 11, hello, most of us are, 30 or above. And so when I gave this to her and said, hey, Tanya, can you do your magic again? And she literally within 10 minutes texted me and said, are we doing this without the pain program? And I'm like, what? So yeah, it's missing. It's totally missing, which is
Okay.
sad. I hope somebody has told them. I probably should just put in a little bug in somebody's ear. Hey,
Yeah.
but eventually when they have this come out again, she will do the black ink, and then I'll put that up here instead of this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even though they forgot it, it's just that they forgot to put it in the manual. They didn't forget the pain program, correct?
I think the pain got completely eliminated altogether, because all of the new Heelys have the pain program. So if they
Okay.
were going to eliminate it, I'm certain they would have told us
Okay.
and referred us to another way to relieve pain, since that's the one thing that we can say from an FDA perspective, that they just eliminated it. So yeah, I think it was a complete oversight.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I wanted to show that. So if we go back to home, so this is the big thing about this home screen is, I know Cindy, when she sends people here, she said, just go to the home screen and look down on the left-hand side for the arrow that says start here. So if you do, you can say, here's my steps of signing someone up, making sure they know about the 30-day fast start, making sure people know how to get into their back office, making sure people know how to find, so that they know what descriptions to tell people, how to get into or how to send somebody to your website, and then how to invite new people. So those are the steps that you have. So all of these go to these pages, right? So I tried to make this, it's so funny because Chris is super linear and I'm creative and linear at the same time. So I knew that we have a lot of different thinking styles, right? So some people will only come to up here because it's written and it's the words. And some people will come here because it's the pictures and they want to go there. And then some people will want the linear, the steps, right, of how to do it. So if you click here, it takes you to the buttons, and then there's your start here. Okay. If you really like this picture, then you're going to click here and it's going to take you to those buttons and you start here, or you can pick. Okay. Every single thing here works that way. So here's your connections. You can either click up here and it'll take you to the buttons that you can go, oh, I want to learn how to get into the Telegram group. Okay. So then you go there. Or you go to Facebook groups. How do I get in and how do I log in? My back office documents, how do I find them? The video library, this is just a whole bunch of different resources that we've put together. Zoom calls, how to set one up, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's this. But if we go back to home, so is this. Get plugged in. That's that, right? Or there are all the buttons. The Telegram, the Facebook, the back office, all of that. Same thing with your business. You can click here. Here's your buttons. Okay, kind of gives you through. Now, I mean, we're going to be changing this all the time because everything's changing. So not everything's in here, but we're not quite that perfect. We try. We're not quite there. Or you can click on this, this picture, and there's your buttons. Or you can find the exact page for all that. If you wanted to know about compliance, you click on that and there's the FDA listing, and then there's all that. What to say, what not to say. Don't say diabetes, say blood sugar issues, Okay. Same thing with your device. You can click up here and it gives you all your buttons on your device, getting started, or your pink dot or your blue dot, your Healy watch, your monthly subscriptions, and troubleshooting. Or you can click down here and go to your device, takes you to the same buttons, or you can scroll down below that and there they all are listed. So this is something that Chris and I are going to really start working on here this spring, is dividing up the questions, the Q&A, the FAQ, into specific categories, because when you just go to the Healy website, you have to type in what you want, and your chances of it coming up with anything are kind of rare. You have to kind of know exactly what you're looking for, and or looking at all the sidebar. Let me go there so you kind of know what I'm talking about. Let's go here. And then let's click on any of them, and down at the bottom, pretty much on every page, you're going to find an FAQ, which takes you to the Healy website, the knowledge base. So then you type in what you want. They have them a little bit separated out, and there's articles. We would kind of like to do that on our website based on what people have asked us, because it seems like in the field, those are the questions that are most frequently asked. But this is a great resource too. I'm not cutting this down at all. I'm just saying that there's been times where I'm looking for something specific and it just says there's nothing here for you. So, but that will be coming. This section will be coming. This one does take you to that Healy site. And then we were carrying some stuff, but we just tried to keep it such a low price that it was more hassle than it was. And there's a lot of places that are selling all the swag. So we've let that go. We'll turn this into something else. We're not sure what we're doing with that button yet, but that's really how to go about looking for what you need. This looks very confusing when you come and people go, it's so overwhelming. It is when you just look at it, but when you know exactly what's happening with the progression, then it's not hard. You just decide, do I want to look up here? Do I want to look at pictures, or do I want to specifically go where I need? And that's, that's the basics. So within this, now that I've done that, does that make sense, Casey? Okay, awesome.
Yes,
And then
sorry.
here, perfect. And then when people just get their Healy, you can just say, go to ATP 123 and click on, there's a little, just a little button, or what, not, it's not a button, a picture that says just received your Healy, click here. And where that takes you to is your business, no, sorry, your device getting started. See, it's the same page, but we've just applied it to the front page so that your person isn't looking, oh my God, I don't know where to go. You can just say right underneath the header, just received your Healy, click here. And so when you click there, it shows the apps that they possibly downloaded or should have downloaded. And then your first steps. These are all great videos. Here's the manual, the quick start guide from the back office, the instruction manual from the back office, Healy and its accessories. Let's make sure that that link is working since I'm here. Yes, it is. Perfect. Get out of all of these. Oh, there's Max. Okay. Okay, so that's, let me go back to that really quick here, getting started. Microcurrent download instructions, there's that. Here's another residence. You know what, let's click on this, Christina. This might be a good one for you too. I don't know if it's any different. Oh, it just brings you to this page. Okay, I'm just funneling the same information. Okay, so does that make sense when you send somebody there? I really wanted, what we really wanted to do is make it easy for those of us who are in the business and need to find resources really quickly, but also be able to send our people here, because they're never going to get a sales pitch from someone else. Nobody's trying to steal anybody's business or anybody's, referral or their what do you call them, prospects. Nobody's trying to do that here. We're literally just trying to offer information. The really cool part is corporate has started to send people here too. They've started putting that in their documentation on their Telegram for answers to come to ATP 123. So that has made it even more important that we try to keep it up to date, and we really start looking at what else do we need to add to this to make it user friendly. The one thing that we're lacking here right now is the subscriptions. So I apologize for that, but I am going to get on that because we don't have enough in the subscriptions section. Some of it's here, but we really need to clean that up really good. So any questions on where to find stuff here, how to send people, how to use it?
Really
Okay.
helpful. Thank you.
You bet. Down here at the bottom is your resources. So again, we need to really update this. We are trying to figure out why our search button does not work. We've put in 2 service tickets and we haven't heard back yet on why when you put something in here, it may take you nowhere, and yet it's like the pink dot app that should be on several pages. But for whatever reason, we got to figure out what meta tags or where we put them, that this isn't working, but we will figure that out. But here are just some, some stuff that we've put up. Some stuff's outdated, it looks like. Program list expanded, so duration. Yeah, there's things that we need to change here. The practitioner info is really helpful though, because in the practitioner info here, if you go to this Google Drive link, now tell me if this comes up because this is a different website. Do you see this opening for you? Or are we still on the same webpage?
It's open.
Okay, so these are just documents to help you. So like, here's one. Did that open for you? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like what someone might choose to charge if they wanted to have it in their treatment area or their clinic. Yeah, so there's just some really nice resources here that are listed. Okay, and then here's a progress chart that somebody put together. Okay, so that's there. And, oh, I went to the wrong one. Let's go back here and go back. Okay, published documents. So if somebody needs more science, that's here. Okay, and then there's that official FDA. This one, I don't think we changed on here. Oh, we did. We put the one that's on there. It's not that just the handwritten one. This is the actual document from the FDA. So if somebody really needs to see that it's been cleared, then they can get to there. Okay. Also, if somebody's really scientific and they really need information, you can go to your business, go to the video training, and down here, you've got all of these YouTube videos that are everything is energy, Healy World Science. This one is amazing. Whitman, Dr. or Martin Whitman, he is, I don't even remember what he is. He's a medical physicist, biologist, something. It's just mind blowing what he is. He's amazing to listen to because he's just so insightful. So this is a great video to watch. How Healy works, the effect on the blood cells. It shows you before and after of using the Healy and how the viscosity of the blood changes. This one, Carol McMakin, she did the FSM, which is the frequency specific modulating. I think that's what it is. But we are a single channel. Her work is based on dual channel or 2-channel microcurrent, and we have single channel microcurrent. But this is a great video where she's doing a presentation and talks about microcurrent and how important it is and what it does. So that is amazing. Here's some Zoom calls that we've put together. Tammy and Vanessa have put together. Here's Dr. Gwen's, she's got her own little corner. It's not really a corner, but she's got her own corner of some of the things that she's done and that we've done together. And then we also have a YouTube channel. So if I click on that, okay, can you see our YouTube channel?
Oh, wow.
Perfect. So all of these are here. So so this video will be the next one to be uploaded after I edit out the beginning and the end or whatever. And then you can pretty much find a whole bunch of stuff here. So there's just a lot on this website. But don't be afraid to go in and just click around and find out, here's marketing strategies where you can click here for verbiage. I just need to throw it together, something quick to send out in an email or a text, and here's a video that goes along with it. Just copy and paste those to your screen. Here's that commercial on digital nutrition. If you haven't seen it, this should be a I'm seeing all the changes I need to make. This should be a little movie instead of a PDF because this is the digital nutrition commercial. Did this come up so you can see it? Okay, so we're going along. He's going for dinner. It's got some great music behind it, but you won't be able to hear it. But she's all hungry. She's doing all good. And he passes her the salad. Oh, my Lord. So it's got great music with it. And then it talks about the digital nutrition, the digital nutrition app. Which if you don't have this, the digital nutrition is amazing. There's all kinds of great blends in there and it's wonderful. So that's a subscription to own.
Maria,
Does it take,
using something like this, how do you explain to people that they still need to eat a healthy diet, and take therapeutic supplements and all of that? I mean, I'm trying to help people understand that the frequencies are there to, boost the ATP by 500% to help the cells return back to negative charges rather than the positive charges that
Right.
block the ability to absorb nutrients and release their waste, and that the Healy is not a substitute for taking therapeutic supplements and a healthy diet, but
Correct.
there to enhance that.
Right.
But
You
that-
just said it. So are your clients and patients not receiving that?
well,
there's
I'm
a-
not, I've only been in Healy about a month. I mean, I'm still trying to learn it all. I haven't really introduced it to, maybe a couple of colleagues, but not
Okay.
really any of my clients. And I'm not even sure if I want to right now even introduce it to them, because I don't, when you work with people, I would say 20/80 or maybe even 90/10, the minority of people are really, they want to become healthy human beings, biochemically, bioelectrically, on, spiritually and mentally, on all levels. And then you have the other 80 or 90%.
The majority, right?
Yeah, the majority, who they just want to feel better than they were, and they'll stay with you long enough to know that you are helping them improve their health. But then when their symptoms have been consistently gone for several months, then they want to stop therapy, not really realizing that until their blood, urine, hair, saliva, genetics, and stool testing shows that they're in biochemical balance, that they're
Right.
really not healthy. Because when
Right.
symptoms disappear, that just simply means that the body is saying, great, I don't have to keep putting out this symptom because you're finally giving me what I need, or you're stopping interfering with my healing process. So,
Right.
I don't want to introduce Healy as something that's going to, take away all their symptoms and let them, think that they've got a free pass again, not that I don't want people, I want people to suffer. I want people not to suffer, but I really want to do it the right way. It's
Right.
going to build a foundation in these people and not just, think it's a quick fix.
Right. So taking all that information and putting it in my clinic, this is what I would do if I were in your shoes with that same scenario, is I would use the Healy in my office when you have a chance to meet with them, either in a clinical setting or whatever you're doing with them therapy wise, and ask them about their symptom. What's your greatest symptom today? Well, I got a little bit of a headache. Okay, I'm going to put you on some regeneration on the fitness or head in bioenergetics. I'm going to do something that just exposes them to the technology, but you're not pitching it. You're just
Mhm.
using it as a tool to assist them. Let's see if we can take care of that today while we're talking. And then you're sparking a little bit of interest because they're going to notice something, whether it's symptomatic changes in that short period of time, or whether it's they sleep better that night and they go, oh my gosh, I slept so good. Well, the only thing different I did was, Dr. Donna put this on me, and so that's how I would be using it in a clinical situation that way, because now you're not pitching it as a product to sell. You're just saying, I have this new device that might help you with some symptoms. And then you start getting some interest in it. And then do you have a unit that you can share?
Yes, but what do you do when they come back the next visit, or they call you the next day and say, hey, I want more of that, or whatever,
Yep. Then you say, well, I have a loaner that right now is out with another family, but I'll put you on the list. Or I had a loaner that just came back from a family. And if you'd like to come in, we can download the Pink Dot app, the Pink app, or the app, you say app, to your phone so that you can run it, because your phone becomes the kind of the remote control for it. And we can allow you to use it in your home for a long weekend or a week. And then if it's something that you think you might like to purchase, then we can talk about that too.
Okay, and then what do you explain though about this is not a replacement for
the DNA specifically, or for
well,
treatment?
just either way.
For anything? Yeah.
Mm.
So just like you said it, this will enhance your body's ability to receive everything better.
Okay, well, that's the truth of it, and I want to be truthful to people. I just don't
Well, let
want
me
to
ask
get
you
the
this.
wrong idea.
Right. So let me ask you this. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm going to be 55 this year.
I'll
I
be
do not want,
70 this year.
Okay, I do not want to be in my late 60s. I don't even want to be in my 60s and 70s talking to people about how they treat their bodies, their poop, what it looks like. Well, I don't want to be doing I don't want to be doing that. I would rather be giving them a tool to send them down the road. That is what I've based everything on. I've never wanted to be a crutch for anyone,
Me either. Me either.
whether it's my family, friends, or in a business sitting. So I don't want to be a crutch. I want to be able to give a tool. So when I talked to Gwen, Dr. Gwen, about this, when we first started in Healy last year, she was a little bit reserved because she has a new vision program that has the broadcasting. And she said, well, it's kind of counterproductive for me to have something that someone could have. And I said, Gwen, we want to be in our 70s on the beach at a beach house somewhere. We don't want to be in our clinic stuck with people, trying to get them to comply. And there was silence for a brief moment. And then she was like, okay, I agree with that. So you might want to shift your thinking in that, no, I want you to have it because I want you to own one, because then it becomes a business all itself, which is one of the reasons that you decided to have a business center in the first place.
Well, my goal in doing everything from the day I opened my business 40 years ago is to help people become self-sufficient, because
Right.
it really irks me that doctors try to hold on to every little thing when they could teach their patients,
Absolutely.
their clients, how to take care of themselves. And that has
Absolutely.
always been my goal. But I
Right.
don't want to introduce them to something that could be
Misconstrued.
misconstrued.
Yeah.
Misconstrued. That was the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Misconstrued as this is all I need.
Right. Exactly.
That's where I was coming from.
Right. And so you can offer that out, and then they're going to do what they want to do at home anyway. And that's what
Well, I
I've
know
did.
that's ultimately the case.
And that's what I've determined in my place with family, friends, and customers, clients, patients, is they're all going to do what they want anyway. So by me introducing it and allowing them to see what the options are, I have done my job. And that's what I've had to come to terms with, is that I've seen amazing things happen with somebody in a very short period of time, and then I never see them again. And I'm like, okay, but obviously they needed to have some different experience than what I was going to offer to walk them all the way through. So I think people are pretty smart in that this isn't going to be a replacement. However, I do want to offer a little shift on that too, is that here's my dad who has an arthritic shoulder, that he has a Beamer. He takes his greens every day. He takes Cardio for Life every day. Does he love his sugar? Yes. He's 78. Is he going to give that up? No. He's going to have chocolate in his house all the time. He just is. That's what's going to happen. Is he a little crotchety and so he's a little toxic? Yes. That's just not going to change. I love you, Dad. But the Healy was the one thing that changed his shoulder so that he could have maximum range of motion with no pain. And for him, having done all these other things with no success, even the shots, the acupuncture, acupressure, massage, Rolfing, did all of that, and there was no change. The Healy made the most impact in the shortest period of time, an hour, that literally changed his perception and perspective on this device and how to use it. However, I think it has given him, because I think Healy does this. Healy starts to change you intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, everything, that he does drink water better now than he did before. I'm seeing those little changes be made. So I really feel like that is one thing that Healy does do, is start to change the dynamics of the person's viewpoint on how they treat their body, because they are feeling better. So there's that balance thing you're talking about, is how do I do this, but not, but let them know that they still have to eat right. They still have to drink good water. They still have to pay attention.
Right.
And that's,
Okay, thank you. Good input.
yeah,
Good input.
I think one of the things that I do that, and a lot of doctors do, that I think is helpful, is making sure they know that they need to go buy some pH, litmus paper test strips,
Mhm.
or the roll of litmus paper. And the little saying is tinkle and spit and you'll forever be fit. Is just test your
Heard
saliva
that
in the
one.
morning and test your urine in the morning. And if you're extremely, extremely acidic, then you need to be paying attention to what you're putting in your body every single day. And that's an indicator right there. And then I'm encouraging people to make sure that they get their blood pressure cuff and they start taking their blood sugar every day. Just because as we get older, we need self-care on every level. So those are some of the things that I, put out to my people. Do they go buy them? Maybe 20% of the time I'll have somebody come in and go, hey, I bought a $50 blood pressure, wrist, blood pressure, cuff. And I'm like, great, that's awesome. Because at least you have a tool. It may not be the most accurate thing in the world, but it's a lot more accurate than not knowing.
Have you noticed that using the Healy has made more alkaline, people more alkaline that are acidic?
Well, I've always seen an ebb and flow because I know people are, I always pitch, alkaline water and greens. And of course that gets you a little bit more alkaline and then you dump acid. So I tell people it's this ebb and flow all the time. And it's going to be the same with the Healy too. It's just, there's going to be an ebb and a flow as the body gets to a place where it's more alkaline, then all of a sudden it can dump acid. So there's going to be that ebb and flow, but I try to do that, tinkle and spit and you'll forever be fit. So that they
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
yeah, tinkle and spit and you'll forever be fit. So, okay.
Thank
So
you.
sorry, we got off on a segue there, but I love the digital nutrition commercial. And yes, it doesn't take the place of it just enhances the way your body utilizes the frequency of pantothenic acid or L-lysine or whatever amino acid you're putting in. It just enhances the body's ability to recognize it and utilize it more fully. So, but there have been people that have said, oh, I guess I don't have to take my vitamins anymore. Don't do it, people. Keep taking what you're taking. We need it more now than ever. So, okay. So I'm going to start wrapping up. Is there anything in the chat? I heard the pay plans language revised for compliance issues. Sharda, I didn't know that that's why maybe they hadn't included it. Sharda, if you're still on the call, did you?
Yeah, that was a great frustration. I was trying to get to the root of that for a long time. And finally I heard that, I can't remember where now. It was either from Ken Close or Terry Perez. Somebody that is in the know. So that was weird. I know.
So they didn't revise it in time to put just blanket statements in, so we could at least have it in our program. It's interesting.
Well, maybe that it makes more sense to me, but what you're saying, that it was forgotten because they should have made a comment. But they haven't been good at that in the past. So
yeah. So were you on the call today?
I was.
Was there anything specific that was mentioned? I was not able to be on it.
I know you said that. I'm trying to think what was really significant. The calls are going to be focused on Garrett giving us highlights of the Academy each time. So next week, there's going to be 3 topics from the Academy, and they're going to be including the new Academy pieces are going to be on personal development. So that's going to get rolled out real soon.
Okay.
The bracelets and the digital brochure, they're trying to figure out the best way to package so that they don't have to send 2 separate mailings to the same people. There's like 40,000 people that need one of them and 50,000 that need the other. So they're going to be starting to roll out that stuff at the beginning of next week. And it's probably going to take till middle of April till everybody gets all that stuff.
Right.
So that was new. What else? Let me think. I have my notes here. Let's see.
So they didn't say anything about new pricing or anything like that. I think.
No, they didn't
Noni
give us
said that
any clues before Friday's Frequency
Okay.
Friday. Not at all.
Okay. Well, I'll go in and look at notes and then listen to the recording. It's nice that the recording is only about a half an hour now instead of trying to wade through a whole hour. So that's nice.
I thought I was on a full hour and they just
Oh, maybe they went a full hour.
they didn't take the questions, but they assured us that we should ask everything we want and give whatever feedback in the chats, because they are monitoring that and they're coordinating that information. And they're going to be, addressing what we put in there. So it's not blowing away. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Okay, well,
Doc Steve called the Healy 2.0, he called it the Healy evolution being introduced on Friday.
oh, on the Frequency
Yeah.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah, that was some new language, but
Okay, well,
yeah.
that's another thing that I would eventually like to have here on ATP is the weekly calls. It's just there's so many of them that it's hard to.
Oh my, I know.
But even if we could just have the Tuesday tech tip Tuesday,
Right.
and the Frequency Friday and the corporate calls. I'll see if Chris and I can start monitoring that so we could have those up here, because that would be
But
really nice to have those here.
I've never been able to figure out, because I'm not, not real techie, and I'm not.
And if you're not on
configure-
Telegram, because that's how they communicate is by Telegram, some of the Facebook pages are really good about putting that information out there, but I'll see if
I'm
we
on
can
a
start.
whole bunch of the Telegram groups, and it's just a matter of having a consolidated calendar that can go day by day and, separate out. These are the meetings for guests to introduce Healy for prospects. These are the training meetings, and have it very a week at a glance to see everything. It's just, there's so much that it's hard to.
There is, and you find
manage.
yourself in front of Zooms a lot. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, to even be able to coordinate it for your ATP in a manageable way to list
We would have to just
everything.
stick with probably those corporate things, which would be Frequency Friday, the corporate call, and the Tech Tip Tuesday, and make sure that, say that fast 10 times, and make sure that those were at least visible and where to find them and how to get to them. That would even just that would be a help.
Right,
Um,
right.
So Casey, I wanted to show you here too. I don't know if you've already set up your e-wallet, your iPayout. Have you set that up yet?
No, I haven't done the business side yet. I've just ordered my Healy.
Oh, okay. So
but
so
thank
this
you.
is here's a good place where you would find that, and that's under the marketing or your compensation plan,
Oh, good. Okay.
because your payment is part of your compensation plan. So this is where we put it. The 1-866, the 1-800 number, they are amazing. The online chat, they are amazing. If you have any questions, you'll have to attach your bank account, or they'll pay you in a Visa. However, having them put it in your account is the least expensive fee.
Mhm.
And where you find that is in your back office. Did it just change to a back office for you?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So down here under my payouts right here.
Oh, got it.
Here's your iPayout.
Okay.
Here's where you would find your commission statements, but your iPayout should take you right into current iPayout. Okay, I don't know if it'll take this. Yep, and there's her account. So but that it just takes you in there and it walks you through a little video how to set it up. It's pretty self-explanatory. And if you can't figure it out, just contact them at that number, and they are amazing.
Great. Okay.
So this is under the compensation plan,
Got it. Thank you. Okay.
under your business. Okay. Well, it's starting to get dark here, and I think I'm gonna start hitting the roads before they get yucky. So I'm gonna let you all go unless there's any pressing questions that still remain that we need to answer before this sale ends. Is there any questions that we need to answer really quick on that? Okay, everybody's pretty much got that done. Don't wait until the 1st or the 2nd. This weekend is going to be really heavy traffic on the Healy website. So make sure that your lines are clear. You've always got your names at the top if you're putting purchases in for people, or if you're coaching them through it. Make sure you don't do it high time during the day. Do something early in the morning or late at night. Set your alarm to get up so that you're not having any glitches. If you get a payment failed, right now, it seems like most banks are just not even, they're saying you have to do it again. They're not even, when you call or when your text comes through and you're okaying it, it's not like they're releasing it, because it's happened so many times now where the bank just, when they call the bank says, we'll just have to put it through again. But I okayed it. So just know that if you're, kind of down to the wire and you need to get a bot, you need to have your person look in their bank account to see if the money was withdrawn. And you need to go to your back office here, down here at my shop, under my orders. Okay, so look at, this is still processing from way back when, May 10th. They've never put completed, but it would say failed here. If it says processing, it will say it for a very short time until it realizes, probably until midnight, that the bank is not. But if it just fails it, if the bank says nope, it'll say failed here. So you're going to look back here, you're going to look in have them look on their bank statement or their credit card online to see real time. And then what I've been telling people to do if it fails is call the lost or stolen number on the back of the card, the 800 number, and then you ask them to be on the phone with you while you press submit again, so that as it comes through, they can see if there are any other glitches. There are some cards that when you sign up to have the card, just by becoming a member of that card, the Citibank, I'm not going to say a brand because I don't know which ones they are, but just by signing up with the card, you are saying you're not going to do any international transactions. And it's just a click of their back office that it's just done. Nothing will go through. And so I've had a couple people where the attendant on the credit card side said, well, you've placed a hold on this. And the person's like, I never placed an international hold. Well, it came with the card. So again, you could even, before you even get there, you could have the person call the lost and stolen fraud department number, get an attendant on the line and say, I'm about to make an international purchase. Will you stay on the phone with me while I click submit? And allow them right there, right then, to allow it to go through. Sometimes that's the easiest thing, is to just have them already on the phone instead of the aftermath. So that's my little tip.
I don't know if you found this, Maria, but I found that Citibank, everyone's fine. They can just, they always go right through.
Yeah.
If they have a
Citibank card.
Mhm.
I don't even ask, I just know the numbers, Visa or MasterCard, but I'm not asking, but that's good to know. That's good to know, and not good to know at the same time, because I'm like, oh, are they not flagging anything? So, but
They recently changed their policy. They used to, because when I first ordered mine, I had to get it okay.
So maybe they're recognizing Healy as they've got enough of their members who have purchased that they're like, okay, Healy is, Healy's legit now.
No, I
Maria, I
Yeah.
wanted to share this. When I signed up, my credit card information is already in my computer, and so it was feeding it, and it automatically did 2026 for my expiration date. And that was something that it only wants the 26th. And it took us about 3 times to figure that out.
Figure out, because it was autofilling the entire year.
Yes. And so that was something that just to keep in mind, that make sure that it does autofill, just have them take out the 20 and leave the last 2 digits, because then it flew right through.
Great tip.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and I did somebody last night, her name, she goes by Donnie, Donni, but her name is Donna. So when we put in Donna and her last name, it went through, but it didn't go with Donnie. So yeah, so we just have to be careful about all of that. So, okay. Well, thank you guys for sticking around, and hopefully this was helpful tonight. This will be posted within the next day or so, hopefully tonight. I don't have to do a lot of editing on this one because we didn't make any claims. So I can get this up and running so that you guys can have it to refer back to. And I will not be here next Wednesday. So if you come and you're waiting until 5 after and nobody's let you in, it's because I'm not here. And then you'll be reminded that I'm not here, and then we'll start up again. But we will be here for Gwen's Tuesday night call next Tuesday. If you have any questions, please, during the sale, just email Gwen and Maria 2020@gmail.com. So that's our names, Gwen, AND, Maria 2020@gmail.com. And both of us monitor that so that we can get questions answered, especially during the sale. So, okay. Well, you guys have a great evening and thanks for being here, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank
Love you all. It's nice meeting you, Casey. Come
Nice to
back.
meet you too. Thanks so much.
Okay, you bet. Bye-bye
Okay.
now.
Bye-bye.